Posing the problems now on to David Coleman presents A Question of Sport.
Hello, welcome to Question of Sport. And Ian Botham, after a fine start, is under pressure. He won the first 4 rounds, then Bill Beaumont won 3 in a row and tied last week. So it's 4-3 with 1 draw. On Bill's side tonight, Judy Simpson and Derek Pringle. Judy is a former United Kingdom champion at Taekwondo, but is better known as one of Britain's best all-round athletes. A gold and silver medalist in the Commonwealth Games heptathlon, she's improved the Commonwealth record no less than 4 times and is the current United Kingdom record holder. Derek has been an England Test player for nearly 10 years. He's been chosen for the England tour to New Zealand and Australia and is vice-captain of Essex, where he's enjoyed outstanding success. His batting and bowling have helped the county win the Sunday League 3 times and the Championship 4, including last season. Ian is joined by a defender and a goal scorer, Paul Parker and Jane Sixsmith. During the summer, Paul signed for Manchester United for nearly £2 million. He's come through the England youth team, the under-21 side. England B was impressive during the World Cup finals and has nearly 20 full international caps. Jane was in the Great Britain hockey squad that recently qualified for the Barcelona Olympics and played in the team that finished 4th in the Seoul Olympic Games. She's been chosen over 100 times for England and Great Britain and scored both England's goals when they defeated Germany 2-1 in the final of the European Championship this year. Well, tonight we continue our viewers' sporting quiz in partnership with Radio Times. But first, let's get the match underway. Judy, you are the starter.
Number 3. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Beverly Kinch.
Across we go. Paul.
Number 2, please. John Parrott.
Looking dangerous.
Looking for Ian after a few weeks ago.
Looking for Steve McMahon.
OK, 2 points each. Derek.
But yeah, for number 7, I think that's where I bat. I'd say that's probably Robin Smith, under a bit of paint there.
On tour, Robin Smith at the party, and you've got your 2 points. Jane, across to you.
Number 10, please.
Hang on a minute. That really is ridiculous. You're all choosing your own. Go on.
It's Kate Parker.
Kate Parker. Actually,
Yes.
you've got that, had you?
Yes, the only other name we knew.
Former Great Britain international, who's captained Slough to the National League title in the last 2 seasons. No mistakes so far? Bill.
Number 12, please, David.
You're hitting all the right numbers, you are.
He looks a lot better there than he was when he was on this programme about 6 weeks ago.
It looks like the cat, Mr. Phil Tufnell.
The cat.
The cat, yeah. He's always napping, apparently.
Mr. Philip Tufnell. That's quite right. Ian, you complete the round.
Number 6, please, David. That's Prost. Yeah? Prost.
You scored your 2 points.
Thank God for that. We've got
So, end of the round, 6 points each, no mistakes yet. We're round 2 now with the guests on their own sports and the captains, by the way, facing a rather different question tonight. Now, Judy, here's the 200 metres final at the Tokyo World Championships. 2 of the first 3, please.
Otti and Crabber.
Otti and Crabber. Crabber won it. Otti third. Do you know who's second?
No.
Gwen Torres.
No, they don't. Mum,
I've
they're
completely
interested.
forgotten because I had my fingers crossed so much for Merlene Ottey. I so wanted her to win it. And when she didn't win it, I wasn't interested in it anymore.
But Judy, I mean, she'd gone so many races without being beaten.
It was
And she'd beaten Crabber so often.
Yeah.
Since the World Championships, she started doing it all again. What went wrong?
I mean, I wish I knew because it wasn't for the lack of people praying for her to win, I can assure you. But I just suppose it's gets dead tight sometime. Leave me alone, you.
Okay, 2 points for you. Across we go to Paul. Now, Paul, your question comes from a match at White Hart Lane in 1983, Spurs-Everton. First, a goal by a player noted for the power of his left foot. The second, a fine individual effort.
The first one was Kevin Sheedy,
That's right. It's some left foot he's got, hasn't he?
just a bit, yeah. And next one was Mark Falco.
Who was a teammate of yours at Queen's Park Rangers, I want to say. Yeah.
It's been sold now to Millwall.
What was he like to play with? I mean, that was some goal, wasn't it? I mean,
I wouldn't want to play against him. I mean, he must be one of the hardest, about really, centre forward. Good strong left foot and physically strong as well.
and good in the air.
Well, he's 10 foot bigger than me, so it's better than me.
Fair chance, isn't he?
Okay, on we go. Derek, 2 Australian batsmen carving up the English bowling last winter. One scored 138 in his first Test match. The other finally went for 65. Who are they?
Feet like a dancer. Well, that's runs. Down towards third man.
Who was the man who got a century in his first Test?
It's my Essex teammate Mark Wall, who's a great player, I think. And the other guy was Space Cadet Greg Matthews.
Develop that. Go on.
Well, he's a big friend of Ian's, and they sort of disappear for hours on end. Nobody knows what they get up to.
We happen to go to the Sydney Library and read up on history.
There we are.
If you believe that.
Greg Matthews is a great dancer, isn't he? He's a mover, isn't he?
I've never seen him move much, except on the cricket pitch. And he's sort of, he's got a great rapport with the crowd. Sort of gets them going, and he's got a few mannerisms that the kids copy. Sort of claps like that. Get all these little legions of kids going like that.
Actually, you're developing a great rapport with the crowd, aren't you?
I don't know why.
Can't see that far.
Thanks, Pete.
Go on, Derek, you can have the last word.
I feel in the slips. Of course I can't see that far.
That's right.
Right, across to Jane. Jane, for you a match in last year's World Cup, and it brought together two of the most successful teams in women's international hockey, Australia and Holland. A goal now for each side. The scorers, please.
The first one for Holland was Whiskey de Ruyter, and the second one for Australia was Richelle Hawkes.
That first one was a bit different, wasn't it?
Well, she's an excellent player, very skillful, and she scores a lot of goals as well.
Just like you, of course. All these 100 matches you played for England and Great Britain, you're still the youngest member of the team, aren't you?
Yes.
How many goals have you got? Any idea?
Combined about 30, I think.
OK, Jane, thanks. You've got your 2 points, and we move on to Bill. Now, Bill, you do have something a bit different this week, to say the least. In which city did all this action take place? And who's the tennis player winning the point?
census, the latest census. There'll be more girls who live in town, though not enough to go round. Heartbeat, increasing heartbeat. You know that this town isn't big enough, not big enough for the both of us. This town isn't big enough, not big enough for the both of us. This town isn't big enough, not big enough for both of us. This town isn't big enough, not big enough for both of us. And I ain't gonna leave.
The city.
It's Nottingham, because that was Notts County beating Man City in the FA Cup last year, and it was Nottingham Rugby Ground.
All those pictures of Robin Hood on the advert.
Yeah, that's it. I gave it away.
Okay, the tennis player.
Was it Jennifer Capriati?
It is. Good two there. Okay, Ian? Well, you two must name the city and also the athlete who's leading in the international cross-country race.
Up and down through the streets of your town. Every day I make my way through the streets of your town. Round and round, up and down through the streets of your town.
Who was leading in that
Elliott.
international cross-country race?
Peter Elliott.
Peter Elliott, 1 point. He won it, actually. Yeah. Now, the city.
I'll go for Durham.
Why?
Durham Wasps, the ice hockey side.
Ian, I think they were hoping you wouldn't get that. I mean, you're going to play for Durham next year, aren't you?
Yeah. I think
Looking forward to it?
Yes, I am. I think they'll do very well as well. They've got to sign some good players. They're obviously not going to win the championship. They'll set that alight, but in the first few years, that'll take time. But I think in the one-day competitions, I think there'll be a few sides worried about playing us.
You got your 2 points. End of the round. Still 100%, 12 points each. Well, round 3 now, and the mystery guests, and Bill's team has someone who likes the idea of becoming a disc jockey.
I am the morning DJ at WOLD. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. The bright good morning voice who's heard but never seen. Feeling all of 45, going on 15.
Well, I think this is a naughty one because there's two people who look very alike. It's one of either Devon Malcolm or Carl Hooper.
I think it's Carl Hooper.
Yeah, go for Carl. The eyes look like Carl's.
Carl Hooper.
Carl Hooper, West Indian batsman and spin bowler. Absolutely right.
Yeah. Well, mate.
Across to Ian, Paul and Jane. We've had 1 or 2 window cleaners on the programme, but never one on the tiles.
My life, I hope they clean the windows. Yes. Take my time, I'll see you when my love grows. Baby, don't let it slide. I'm a working man in my prime, cleaning windows. So again, what's my life? I'm perfect cleaning windows. Well, I take my time. I'll see you when my love grows. Don't let it slide. I'm a working man in my prime, cleaning windows.
Well, I thought at first it was Wade Dooley, but I don't think Wade has any kind of moustache.
He wouldn't need a ladder.
It's a big person, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I've got nothing better, so I'll go with Wade Dooley.
Wade Dooley.
I know it's not.
Well, you're right in that comment.
John Webb.
What, the England fullback?
Yeah.
And it is John Aldridge, Republic of Ireland striker, knocking in goals with great regularity for Tranmere Rovers. The best bar of the season, they say. You must have marked him, Paul.
Yeah, not close enough, really, I think.
Okay, end of the round. We got the first mistakes there. Bill has 14 now, Ian 12. Well, the choice in round 4 is whether to play at home or away, and Judy has the first decision to make. Home or away?
Definitely home.
3 Olympic gold medalists have held the British pentathlon or heptathlon records. Mary Rand in the 60s, Mary Peters in the 70s, who in the 80s?
Oh, of course. Well, I say of course, I hope it's right. Tessa Sanderson?
Tessa, it is, yes. Yeah. You've taken the record, you took the record off her, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And not much else, unfortunately.
No, in the future you will do, no problem.
Yeah. How's the injury? How's the ankle?
It's getting a lot better, thanks.
Be in action next year?
Yes, I hope so, for a change.
Oh, you've been unlucky, haven't you?
Yes.
Right, across we go to Paul. Paul, home or away?
Home, please.
The defender who won an FA Cup winners' medal last season, having previously appeared in 3 losing finals, is... The defender who won an FA Cup winners' medal last season, having previously appeared in 3 losing finals, is...
Pat Van Al.
Pat Van den Hauwe of Spurs. That is absolutely dead right. Derek, what's it to be?
Home.
Home question.
Thanks, David. Yeah.
The only player to score 2,000 runs in each of the last 3 seasons was...
I'll go for Jimmy Cook of Somerset.
Yeah, that's right. It's some record, isn't it?
Small ground though, Taunton. It's where Ian got all his runs.
Oh, he's a good wicket man, Taunton. If you placed a bat. But he's a very fine player, Jim.
Jane, home or away?
Sort of single-minded.
Home, please.
The only team to win 3 successive English women's titles in the 80s was 3 successive.
Ealing.
Ealing is right. He didn't fall for the alternative.
Slough.
Slough. They didn't actually win them years in succession.
No, not in
did they?
succession.
Bill,
Home, please, David.
only 2 points in front, so no gamble on. The Australian who played international rugby in the 60s, 70s and 80s was?
John Hipwell.
John Hipwell, New South Wales. Right, Ian.
I needed something.
3 points behind.
No, I know, unfortunately. Home.
The England Test player who took his first ever first-class wicket as a bowler after 10 years in county cricket is? It's had a lot of publicity, this.
Yeah.
He's taken wickets before, Lammy.
Liar. Alan Lamb.
Well, according to Bill, I haven't been aware of this publicity. Jack Russell.
The England wicketkeeper took the wicket of Richie Richardson, stumped by Mark Alleyne for 48 for Gloucestershire.
He told me about it as well. God, I hate cricket. What a hard life.
End of the round, Bill 18, Ian 14. Well, the puzzle in round 5 is to decide what happened next. And for Bill, Judy and Derek, it's soccer. A match between Inter Milan and Como in the Italian Cup. Inter on the attack. What happened next?
Probably get his hand in it because it looks like he's asleep.
We've had that before when we're kicking it
Trickles
in.
off his hands, doesn't
It just goes in off his hands.
it? Well, I think it trickles in off his hands.
Yeah, it's good, this, isn't it?
It's to us.
Like the Mexican wave, you know. Oh, do you think as it goes back, you push it against the crossbar, it comes back, hits him and goes in the air? Right, shall we try it?
That sounds dramatic enough. I
Right.
should go for that one.
Right, as he goes back, as the ball goes over his head, he's falling back, and in attempting to keep the ball out of the net, he pushes it up, it hits the crossbar, comes back, hits him and ends up in the net.
I'll give you a point for that. You haven't got it right, but you've got one little bit right, and that is the ball ended in the net. Now, the question is, and it's quite simple for Ian, Paul and Jane, is how did the ball get into the net?
Well, my team, who've now told me that what's happening and now bottled out telling you themselves, have said that they think that as he tries to get back to get the ball, he just stumbles and the ball actually just runs in. It's an own goal. And he sort of, in the scramble, taps it in with his hand or maybe gets a hand to it, but it goes
Okay,
in.
well, let's see if you got a point out of that. The goalkeeper's Fedoni of Como in the 2nd Division misjudges the bounce here totally, goes over his head, tries to rescue it, and knocks it in the net. as you said,
Point.
scooped you
Okay.
back. So you've got your bonus point.
Yeah, just slip me.
It's my fault. I should have had the courage of my
That's
convictions.
absolutely.
Now, Ian's team has boxing, and the first round of an American heavyweight bout between Riddick Bowe and Elijah Tillery. When the action stops, you pick up the story. Right, Mr. Bowe is in the white shorts, Mr. Tillery in the black.
Obviously, the bell's just gone right, and the referee's going across, and the two fighters are meant to now walk away. But I think that the guy with his back to us, who's been taking a little bit of punishment that round,
Elijah.
yeah, that's him. Yeah, good old Elijah. Old Elijah, he's had a few on the old clock, and he's not too happy. Decides that he hasn't heard the bell, or he didn't want to hear the bell, so he has a swing. We've got a point yet, and he hits.
A well-known fighter.
It's the other well-known fighter in the white trunk.
You mean Riddick Bowe?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Good old Riddy boy. Has a swing at Riddy, who, as the referee's running across, he has to get out of the way and flattens the ref.
Well, I think you've got a point there. But only one.
Well, do you want me to elaborate a bit more?
No. No.
They must hit one of the seconds then. That comes in. Do you think one of the seconds coming, climb in?
Must have come in, yeah.
Yeah, and he gets flattened.
They didn't go and hit one of those girls that carries the numbers round.
What sort of boxing match have you been to?
Mud wrestling.
Good BBC coverage.
Hits one of the seconds as he comes in at the end of the round, trying to separate, and bang, the second goes down.
No, Ian was on the way. He just got the end bit wrong. So the bell went, as we saw. Bowe is in the white trunk. Tillery goes after him, takes a kick at him, another kick. Right? Now watch Bowe's manager. This is Bowe's manager. So the referee had a problem.
What's the result of the fight?
Well, it's an odd thing, actually. He declared Bowe the winner. Now, we don't know why. Perhaps he said he was ahead on points at the time. It was the first round. Anyway, he got 1 point there, Ian, out of it. 3 points the difference. Bill 19, Ian 16. Well, round 6 is the 1 minute round with 9 points to be won in 60 seconds, so it can change everything. You happy, you three? Bill,
Yep.
Judy,
Okay.
Derek?
Yep.
Okay. All set? Here we go. Athletics. The reigning world heptathlon champion is?
Oh, Sabina Braun, West Germany. Oh, Germany now.
Yes. Tennis. Rick Leach partnered which man
Jim
to the...
Pugh.
Jim Pugh. Doubles. Who is this?
Mike Tyson.
Yep. Cricket. The only West Indian to score 2 Test centuries against England this summer was?
Richie Richardson.
Soccer. Liverpool have won how many First Division titles?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
18. You find their names on a motorway. Plenty of time. Names on a motorway.
Bill Lorry.
Yes. Yes. Ridiculous, but right.
Karen.
Karen Parapet. Karen Bollard.
Service station.
Karen Contraflow. Jane Contraflow. Jane Traffic Jam, probably.
Going well, Judy.
Karen's sign.
Line.
Jane. What's it?
Line.
Speed limit.
Tom.
Out of time. Bill, I think you know the judo player. Jane Bridge. The other one is Karen Cohn.
Oh.
And swimming.
Yeah.
100 metres
Yeah,
backstroke,
yeah,
Olympic
yeah.
silver
Well,
medalist. But not bad scoring, you got 7 there. So Ian almost needs a full house. He's 10 behind. You together?
Yep.
Soccer. England's most capped player is?
Carry on.
Bobby Moore.
Most
Bobby
caps.
Charlton.
Most caps.
Most caps.
Stay with it. Motor racing. The winner of this year's Japanese Grand Prix was?
Prost, Senna,
Senna.
Berger.
Yeah, Berger. Who is this?
Peter Shelton.
Peter Shilton's right.
Who's this?
Who's this?
Willie Carson.
Yeah. Hockey. The reigning women's Olympic champions are?
Australia.
Tennis. Chris Evert has won how many Grand Slam singles titles?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
18. A joiner would use these.
So joiner would use these.
It's all we've got
ruler, screw, nail.
Square.
Hammer.
Nail, which one?
Beth, Willie,
Beth,
David.
yep.
What else did he use? Saw, hammer,
Plane.
plane, screw.
Wood. Which
Willie
one?
Wood.
Willie Wood.
Bob.
One left.
What else? What else would a joiner have?
A joiner.
Vice. Vos.
David Brace. Onklin Brace, who played for Wales. Right. So, end of the round, just 2 points at it now. Bill 26, Ian 24. Well, some really high scoring there in the 1 minute rounds, which means it's very close indeed, with just the 6 numbers left. And back to duty.
Number 5, please.
Doesn't look like a cricket, I don't know.
Playing that shot. Like Gucci playing left, doesn't it?
Well, I would guess at Ian Gould.
Ian Gould. Well, it opens the door.
We think it's Graham. Well, Paul thinks it's.
I don't think it's a cricketer.
Oh.
And that's wrong with saying it's Graham Taylor.
Graham Taylor, the England soccer manager.
Yeah.
Gets you 2 and puts you level. So, Paul, your turn.
Number 4, please.
Yeah.
Chris Evett.
You're now 2 in front.
Hang on.
Now, Derek.
Number 8, thanks, Dave.
Tony Jarrett.
I'm well informed that it must be Tony Jarrett.
Bronze medalist in the World Championships in the 110 metres hurdles. You're back level. Jane.
Number 9, please.
It's got to be.
Boris Becker.
Fairly easy for you. Ian 30, Bill 28, and William.
I'll have my order in the batting then. Number 11, please. David Guilford.
Member of the Ryder Cup team. Current English Open champion. So, the scores are level.
We haven't had a football, have we, mate?
It all depends on this. And Ian's first shot at number 1.
Yeah, we are confident that it is Gordon Jury.
For 2 points, right. So Ian's team has now stopped the rot. They won by 2 points there, 32 to 30. And in the match, with 1 match tied, they lead by 5 rounds to 3. Well, now our sporting quiz for you at home with some really attractive prizes. How would you like a week in Spain next August and 2 tickets to watch the Olympic Games in Barcelona? Or 2 weeks holiday in Australia in March and a grandstand view at the finals of the World Cup cricket? Or a week in New York in September and combine shopping with seats at the American Open tennis? And there's also the chance of a week in the south of France and tickets for the Monaco Grand Prix. The first person you had to identify was the cricketer who appeared in all the clips with either bat or ball. The second was the skier, seen here taking part in a series of World Cup slalom races. Now the third clue. Who is this famous golfer in action at some of the world's top tournaments? The Radio Times, on sale now, has further clues should you still be in doubt. And there's more information on the prizes and details of how to enter. The final clue next week. Be with you then next week, same time, same place. Until then, goodbye.
If you're feeling a little short on Christmas spirit, humbug, and are somewhat lacking in seasonal cheer, isn't it reassuring to know that there's one essential treasure which still gives outstanding returns on a very modest investment? Yes, the Christmas Radio Times is perfect Yuletide entertainment. It's absolutely bursting with festive fun from all the stars of BBC TV and radio, and making a break from Christmas past is the complete guide to all that's happening on the other side. In fact, the Radio Times is so full of Christmas cheer that you can't fail to be totally overcome by the spirit of the season. The Radio Times, Christmas just isn't the same without it.
Christmas on BBC Two. This is John Lennon.
The people in the cheaper seats, clap your hands. And the rest of you, if you just rattle your jewellery.
This is Chuck Berry and Friends. And this is Spinal Tap.
Good drama. Great look. Good drama.
Good drama.
Fine.
What happened to him?
He died. He died in a bizarre gardening accident.
3 music biographies. Rock Over Christmas on BBC Two.
Now, on to engaging Warp Drive, we travel the vastness of space to join the next generation of Star Trek.